Generic greetings and welcome to Airships Conquer the Skies, where in the previous episode we started a new conquest campaign and then made some decent progress taking over different cities. We've taken 2 cities and all of the towns around them. We managed to take Frog Castle, which has a large shipyard, so at least we can build ships at a fairly decent rate. And we've got Fjorden, which is, or rather has, a tiny shipyard, and couple that with our medium shipyard means we've got the full set. So, you know, we've got that going for us, which is nice. We've also got Unsea over here, which has a... I don't know what shipyard it has yet because we haven't fully infiltrated, but it does have some weird steampunky defense, and hopefully we'll be able to take those out. So the plan for this episode is to get the Barry built, because we did build or designed a ship called the Barry, and it's basically just a boatload of grape shot cannons on a hull, and that's exactly what we wanted, so that's good. We need to use that in anger and take out whatever's here, and then once we've taken all this out, we're probably going to pause for a moment and go around and make sure all of our defences are okay, although realistically what we'll probably end up doing, I've just set our research going for large suspendium chambers there, what we'll probably end up doing is rebuilding the Charger version 2, because there's a couple of issues there. Hang on, fire cause, foreign agent has what? It's destroyed something? What is it destroyed? There's nothing there. Let's build building, Black Citadel, because we want at least one thing in these places. Defences, build building, Black Citadel, because I don't want uncontested victories. Not that... Whoops. Not that really these are going to be able to stop anything, but, you know, it's good to have at least something there. I think these ones we all rebuilt anyway, didn't we? Yes, we did. Just double check though. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so meeting the Barry up with the rest of the ships here, and then we're going to attack Umabund here. They're also building a Watchful Redabout refit. Oh, they're refitting it. Oh, fair enough. So, we are against this weird-looking thing, which has got 3 forward-facing rifles, 1 aft in this little pod, and then we've got a gun on the front. I like this. Can you see that? That's actually a corridor. So it's not a corridor, it's a deck, so you can actually walk between the two, but you can see people happily doing that, which I wouldn't like to be the person having that job there. And then we've also got these defences down here, which is rifles. So what we'll do, we will have this move very quickly over to them, and then take them out. So like that. We'll have the bomber probably just go forward and hopefully be able to take this out, and that's not good because we've just rammed into... Whoa, that's bad. And we've just lost all of our... We've just lost everything on the Dresden. That's not good. It rammed into the front of it, and then there was a secondary explosion, and it got taken out. So in that case, then, we're going to have to get the Barry into the mix here, and what I'm going to do is, quite frankly, use the Dresden as a ram. We're going to move down to there, and then we'll say ram, and this is it, because we've had enough. Here we go, and there we are. Lovely, and it didn't actually take out any... Didn't actually take out any of the rifles on it, I don't think. We're going to keep moving further down here, because we'll go for a rapid fire on the Barry, which, as you can see, we've already burned through half of our ammo, but not a great deal, because... We're taking that out. Speaking of taking out, the defences on the right have now been sorted because we are bombing from a high level. But I am going to, I was going to say bring it down and sort that out. But it looks like we don't need to. We're going to do a brutal takeover of that one, and we're going to immediately run back to Fjorden, and we need to repair the Dresden because it's taken some amount of damage. So we'll repair that. It's going to cost 294 to do that, and it's going to take a while actually because, well, it's a very, very small area, and sorry, it's a very, very small shipyard. It's a tiny one, in fact. Right, I'm just going to attack their main city, quite frankly, because I think that if I do that now, it's going to be better than, well, later on. I've just realised we've got 3.5 grand. Let's set something going. Build ship. We've got all different stuff. Oh, there's the Death Rattle, which is useless. The Kingdom class was a good idea, just wasn't very good. I think we're going to build another Barry because they seem to be okay. So, we will go over to Unsea, and they're trying to refit some of their towers, but it probably won't matter too much. Let's bring the... vessels into a better area. We're going to move them to there, and then move the Barry to there, and then move that one to there. But we don't want to get too close because obviously the bombs do deviate and may hurt us. And wow, they've actually upgraded with cannons now. The Black Citadels have been upgraded, but when the Dresden flies over the top like that, it generally doesn't go too well for the opponents. Oh, the Barry's got a fire, and remember we can't... Oh no, we have put out a fire. I heard a hiss there. Are they putting out fire just by manually stomping on it? I think they are. And the Barry, sadly, is taking the brunt of the attacks, as we expected, I guess, because obviously it's well, it's forward facing. So yeah. Oh, actually, you know what we should do? I should really move the Barry up. And I'm going to regret this, I know. And I'm going to fly underneath and flip round. And the reason I'm going to regret it is because I think I'm going to end up bombing the vessel. And for some reason, what a moron. What an absolute moron. Ugh, why did it do that? I don't know if you saw, but it was wavering up and down. And then when I made the odd there, because they generally go horizontal rather than vertical first. Or actually, I don't even know how it's calculated. It just seems to be that it makes the wrong decisions a lot of the time. Instead of going up and then over, because it was wobbling up and down, it went straight forward and then crashed into that and then was too close to this and then got bombed. And speaking of bombed, we've lost loads of the bomb bays on the Dresden again. Let's go for a brutal takeover on Unsea. But at least we managed to take that out. Both the Barry and the Dresden are damaged, but they are still intact. So we can repair them. So we'll just say repair quickly, and actually the Barry is pretty much sorted. So what we'll do is we'll repair that, and then we'll take out these two other areas, which shouldn't take too long at all. Now I don't even know what they have there, but quite frankly, I'm not worried about it. Let's just move down to there, and then again, same sort of deal. So the Dresden will move to there. The Barry, we're going to say move to there and fling around, and then the other one will move to there, and then it means we shouldn't be attacked. Hopefully, after the initial wave. Now I should make it over the top. I like the lights on the top there, that's quite good. It's like a beacon. We should make it over the top, but what I'm going to do is order it to go up first, because quite frankly I don't want it getting bombed. So we're going to move there. See, with the bombs coming down we shouldn't hit our own vessel. But then we'll flip round. And there we go. And now the Barry's attacking. I like that ship. Look at the spread of damage it causes. I mean, it's not a ship that's going to last in any great fight because it's got nowhere to repair itself. It's got nowhere to put out any fires apart from, well, just stomping on them. But it's got no water supply. It's got no medical bay to get the crew back, and also, as you can see from this very small fight, it's also down to under a third of the ammo that it originally started with. So it's not really a one for the long fight, and just realised there's some good takeovers on the mainland there. We'll have a look at that in a moment, but again, we're just going to move these down. I don't know why it keeps putting them at their high service ceiling, which actually that makes perfect sense. Now I know why, and ooh, that's the wrong button. Okay, want to move stuff, so move that to there. Look at the spray from the Barry. We'll move that to there, and the Barry will move to there, and we'll flip it round like so. Okay, actually the Dresden is faster, and it sort of makes sense because although it's bigger and heavier, it's got twice the suspension chambers, it's also got the bigger engine on it. The Barry doesn't need to be super fast. It would be nice if it was a little bit quicker. We might make a version 2, but we'll see about that. We've got high level bombing going here, so we'll probably move them down. We're going to go to rapid fire on the Dresden just because it got so much ammo. And for the Barry, we've currently got on rapid fire, which what about aim fire? Would it be better on aimed fire? I have no idea if that's the case. It doesn't sound like it, but why not? It might do some more damage. This is where the Dresden just comes in and takes care of business. Barry's already used half of its ammo store. And there's some wild shots coming in from that ship. That's working out. Good combination. And brutal takeover again. And that's good. That's been taken out. Right, so we're going to move these over to here because I don't like having them around these areas. So we'll go for defences, and we'll repair them because these weren't too bad. So I'll put them there. I'll scrap that other thing because it is pretty much just scrap. Defences in here we'll repair, and again we'll move it to there. We're not going to bother messing around too much. And we'll do the same here as well. So we'll actually have to build one here because the previous ones were totally destroyed. So there we go. Right, so we have $4,000. So what can we build? Well, we can build anything we want. We got enough money, but, well, not the really big siege thing, and we also don't have the technology for that. But, what I want to do is I want to redesign, the Charger version 2. The Charger version 2, not a bad vessel at all, but it does have a couple of flaws. Firstly, let's go for the advantages first. It's got a service ceiling of 225 meters, so it can board bombers, at least relatively mid to high level ones. If it's a super high level one, then it's not going to happen. It's fast at 218 kph. It's got enough crew. Recommended is 15, but it's not on minimum, so that's fine. It's got enough coal and ammo to stay in the fight for a couple of minutes. It's not, again, going to be a massive sieger, but that's not its point. Its objective is to be able to quickly go somewhere and drop off its troops. That's it. That's all it's supposed to be for. However, it's not really as effective as it could be, and it's mainly due to this chin on the bottom, which ends up getting snagged up, and we have a lot of problems with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of that and all of this grape shot thing here, and I want to alter it so that we have, say, that on the front, for example, like that, and then we'll have the grape shot there, and then the ammo there, so it's now a bit more... There's a wasp here. Get away! Come on. Okay, I hit the blinds, and the wasp is now really annoyed. We will continue. So, it's not a clockwork one, so we're alright. So, we've got our 2 marine barracks. We've got our coal store there. We've got this here, which is our bridge. And the question is, can we shrink it down even further? I think the answer to that is probably not, because it has a huge gap in the middle. No, the problem is that we can't really shrink it down. The only thing we could do, and it is a possibility, is if we get rid of that, and we put, we actually just make it taller rather than longer, and I don't think that's a terrible idea. Let's work on the idea that it might be implemented. Let's see if we will implement it. So if we did that, for example, it's in. The problem is we don't have anywhere to get the ammo up and down. Sorry, the coal up and down. I think that's always going to be the case. So the only solution is to have that further up. Problem with doing that, though, is that we don't really need the crow's nest, because it just says Spotter can improve the ship's aim. We've got a grape shot cannon as a matter of course, and that's it. Can we improve this somehow? What if we stack these on top of each other like that? No, I don't like that at all. That's a silly place. I think that is the way to go. And we'll just go back to the original. It was okay. It was alright. Like that. So we've got 2 gaps that we can fill with whatever. So we can have more coal. But we don't really need more coal. Getting up and down's an issue. We don't have any water. What would happen if we put the coal there? That, for a start, is a really bad idea, and that's because the coal's connected directly to the... It's connected directly to the ammo store, which is normally a bad place to put it. If we put some fire point in there, it slows it down by a noticeable amount and a considerable service ceiling drop. So that's not going to happen. So I think we'll put the double core in, and then here we can have, if we wanted to, we could have a couple more of these steel supply hatches. So the front go there and the top go there. That would get them out quicker, actually, and I think that's what we'll do. So it's not, it doesn't have as many guns on it, but it doesn't really matter. Or do I get rid of those supply hatches and put in a deck? Like that. And connect them up. Steel deck. It looks fairly cool. I'll give it that. Yeah, we could do that. Or do we need to? We don't really need to. I think that, just more ways out of the ship, is okay. So in terms of armour, we've got the same armour there. In terms of the paint, we will repaint that. So I think we... Have we saved any space? I don't know if we have. But we've certainly... I'm going to repaint the front as well. We've certainly... got... We've certainly got it a bit more optimised. I like the idea of that, where we've got like these hatches with the red around it, and then we've got this coming back. But I'm not too fond of that line there. I think that. There we go. Right, so that's called the Charger. Let's rename it. We'll have it as the... What can we call it now? Trying to think of more towns and cities and such. The Denver. Don't know why. Because we can. Build 4 of, please. Nah, let's build 5 of. There we go. So, building them all in the large shipyard shouldn't take too long. We have the aerial jellies here now, which is... Aerial jellies being sighted in the area, terrorizing the locals. Turn round. Halt to proceedings. We're going to head and take out the aerial jelly, which is something I can't remember ever facing. Hopefully the charges will be built sooner rather than later. There we go, there's one. And what I'm going to do is move that straight up. Sorry, the Denvers. Ooh, that is quick. Yep, that's quick. That's very quick. So, let's assault the aerial jelly with bombers, because that can't go wrong. So, we have an... Ooh! An aerial jelly, which... how confident am I winning this? Not very. I'm going to reserve the Dresden, because I don't think it's going to be able to take that out. Anyway, let's just keep these where they are, and we'll start the fight. So the aerial jelly is... Oh dear, it's... Ooh, it's unfolding, and... that's not good. It's going to... It's gripping onto the... It's gripping onto the vessel. That is really, really interesting. Let's see if I can go above it. I am managing to go above it. It looks like it's got a suspendium jelly bit, and then this is the main superstructure, for the lack of a better term. We are going to keep everything on rapid fire, all of it rapid fire. Just more shots, more better, and ooh! It went splat. Victory. It didn't actually do much damage at all, if any. So, the great mass of the jelly breaks apart and rains on the landscape below. No treasures are to be had in its gooey remains, but at least the realm is safe again. So, we're not receiving minus 20% income, which is good. We'll move these over to Fjorden, and hopefully we'll be able to... repair any damage. I don't think we've got any damage though. There's large suspendium chambers, which is good. And then we could go for, well, the next one is suspendium cannon. We can't get that, sadly, because of... Wasp, get away. Get. Right. It's gone again. So we could go for the It's not gone again. Get. I'm looking for a magazine. Right, well, I'm definitely not going to hit it with a with a hardback Dark Heresy rulebook, that would absolutely annihilate it. Okay. It's gone again. Right, let's just hope it doesn't return. Where was I? Yes. We could go for the suspendium cannon, but we'd also have to go this way first, and that's just not going to happen. So I'm trying to think of different designs, something we haven't made. We've made carriers, we've got triplanes and things like that. We haven't made anything that uses a lot of torpedoes, and I think the way to fix that would be to telescopes and then turrets. Turrets are always useful. Massive stone walls, heavy cannon, heavy turrets. Or maybe something with a really big turret on the bottom? Or on the top? Maybe. Although, admittedly, I really want to use torpedoes. Right, well, here's the thing. To get both aerial torpedoes and armoured low-mid systems, which gives us heavy turrets, we need to go up optics and then gyroscopes and such. So we're going to go up that way. So we're going to put the Denvers in these corners. We will repair the Dresden. It does have a little bit of damage. And as you can see, I'm going to spread these out on the corners, because the whole point is that these things are going to build ship. We'll have a couple of Denvers, actually. Denver. Build 4. The whole point is that we want them spread around, just so we can quickly charge and attack if we need to. So a couple in the corner here. Just as sort of preventative things. The problem with building all of these is that really... Actually, I don't really need that many, do I? I'll build that many. I'm going to put these in our main force. So we've got 2 Denvers in Fjorden, 2 Denvers on the right-hand side, and then 2 Denvers on the left. Right, so we will start making some more inroads up here, and they are coming down to Crow Lantern, which is a really lovely name. And let's see what we can do. I'm going to up our research to research programs, and I also want to probably go ahead and get a carrier of some kind at some point. The York and the New York are available once we've got the technology, but at the moment we just don't have it. So it looks like this guy was, well, that's the original person. I think they're being taken out now. They've got carriers! Sweet! Oh, that's a really nice carrier. I'm guessing it will be pressurized suspendium. Oh, no, there's a pipe coming out there. So that doesn't look to be... I don't think that's visual, just a visual thing. I think that is a real... So that'll be suspendium chamber. Probably the tall one. Maybe coal ammo. No, because that'll be along here somewhere. It's an interesting design though. In terms of defensive structures, they don't have any, so it's just these. So what we'll do is we'll move the Denvers like this, and we'll quickly take out, hopefully, most of their planes, and the... Well, sorry, the Barrys down here and the Denvers are going to go rush forward. So start the fight. Immediately we're going to move these bombers like that. They're going to take off, and you can see they are firing away there and shooting them down. There's a lot of the assaults. I'm going to go right near the back because I want to try and assault one of these. Ah, yes, it is. See that at the back there? That is actually... it is actually a... Pause a second. That is a water point. So it's water, the 1x2 vertical suspendium chamber. I can't see what that is. I think that would be... There's bunks. No, that's coal. There's coal. Then you've got a... Not bunks. You've got a crew quarters. 3. Don't know what that is. That might just be a walkway. Then you've got your point there for getting in and out the supply hatch, and then finally on the left we have our engine as well. So we are boarding this one in the center, which won't take too long, and we will... Oh, wait, we've captured it, and then we got shot out of the sky. So we'll go for a brutal takeover, because it really matters not. They are moving back, and the problem is that I can't catch them up. See that? I can't intercept, because I'm not quick enough. Right, so turrets, and you know what I could do? I could always say those two move and then intercept and intercept the last one remaining. Oh, that's a bit naughty, isn't it? It is a bit naughty, but we're going to do it anyway. So we will say board that vessel. We've got their plane coming back and forward. Let's do a pincer movement here. And there we are. Sadly, these guys can't... Oh, we shot the plane down! Yeah, that didn't take long to capture. There's a victory. And we're going to move... We're just going to meet back up there. And we'll meet there. And then there we are. So that's going to go to there. And we've met up with that one. And then we'll keep attacking. Cool. They have... Oh, that thing. Alright, cool. We will... Put that there. We'll move the bomber. Actually, we'll keep the bomber where it is. We will... Now, here's the thing. Actually, reserve the lot. Reserve the entire lot. Let's see what the Denvers can do. Both of them. Going to go right above it. Because they've got rifles and cannon. So we need to quickly get out of their arc. I'll issue the boarding order when we're closer. There we go. And what I'll do is I will move down, and hopefully they won't be too jarring so they die. But there we go, we've jumped on top, and we're crawling down the shaft for a lack of a better description. And we are not taking anything out yet, but I'm going to back the Denvers up so we can get the grape shots in. Oh, but we are getting hit off their cannons, so you know what? No, let's not. I'd rather wait. Because we have won the fight, there's no reason to damage it. In fact, I assume I've won the fight. I think I've won the fight. It looks like we've won the fight. That sounds like flames. It is flames. That's them shouting, put out the fire, and we don't have a fire point. And that's a victory, though, so that's good. So, we've done that. Let's go for Sigan, which is another city, a proper city, which has the same sort of thing. This time, though, we are going to keep all of our... keep our stuff in the fight. Actually, I'm going to reserve those. We're going to do it the other way around. We're going to destroy these, which we shouldn't, but you know, we can, can't we? Move those to there. And to there. We can always bring them in if we need to. I'm just going to move back over and flip with the Barrys. There goes the plane. Because planes' lot in life is just to get destroyed. We'll go for a rapid fire with the Dresden because it's got so much ammo that it really doesn't matter. And quite frankly, because we do so much damage with explosives, extra 30% in fact, we might as well just pepper. And because this is wooden armour, the grape shot just goes straight through. It matters not. Brutal takeover again. We have aerial jellies there to deal with, but I think that has been good progress. I think we will... Actually, no, we will attack the aerial jellies. Get rid of those, because that's minus 20% city income, and we will not bother with those, because, well, we won't do anything. We'll have that one still, but we'll put it back there. The Dresden will reserve. So it's just going to be these two again. So we'll start the fight. Immediately we'll say order up to there. And let's see if we can take these out. So move to there. Get the bombs. There's the bombs. These are going to put on rapid fire. Oh, they already are on rapid fire. We're trying to get above them. And you can see they are... It's happily trying to digest this thing. Yeah, that's a horrible vessel. And a horrible thing, rather. Squidge! And it goes down. Cool! So, no real damage to speak of. And we'll go back to Sigan, which has a large shipyard there. Good, because it allows us to refit and rebuild and rearm. And we have 6,500. So, our research, really, we want to put on Empire of Science and get this built up really quickly. I think next episode, what we'll do, we will build some more ships, probably another Dresden or something, and then we'll go ahead and see if we can take all this bit out here. So then we basically control this entire quadrant around here. And then we're just going to sort of use follow the sort of roads in. But we'll see how it goes. We might even go for a ground vessel of some kind because we haven't had one in a while. Either way, let's see how it goes. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care and generic partings.